Hey everybody, it's me, Andrew. Get out into nature and tune in for yourself. Resonate with the Earth's electromagnetic field via 432 Hertz, the universal frequency. Balance out psychologically and emotionally, and to further strengthen your brain and your heart's coherence as well. Get a plant-based diet going for yourselves today and to nurture yourself right back into life. We are literally herbivores in our nature. Further balance out your physical body's pH level and to get with alkalinity. Then you can generate some static electricity. Send me some love telepathically. Set attention to your mind and set intention to communicate. That is all there is to telepathy. You are now tuning in to great days. So today I'm going to talk on intuition and following the intuition. And why you want to trust the intuition and how following the intuition more often can strengthen up trust within yourself and help you come into a deeper knowledge of self and generate a deeper connection once again with the universe. So let's get into this. Um, intuition, you always want to tune in, right? To begin, you always want to tune into yourself. You always want to listen to your inner voice rather than getting caught up in another person's voice, right? You want to tune into your being, you want to tune into your own inner being, and you want to listen to your own voice. Um, and once you are able to do this, once you bring a clarity to this, or to yourself through observing yourself and listening to yourself more deeply and more intimately, forming a connection with yourself, you can you can start to get glimpses of what the intuition is capable of, right? And the intuition is pretty much like the part of you that is self-educated. You have educated yourself, right? Not through any type of like university or things like this, but more purely through the universe itself, right? Um, I mean, you can always use the intuition, the institutions as well, but I see the best way to do it is just to go through nature, right? Because there's a higher education there that is free. So you go through this and you can self-educate yourself, which you're always doing. You're always teaching yourself and you're always learning um, on a deeper level, though. And this is another process that you can tune into if you start turning inwards more. You can actually start to tune into the that process of learning and teaching on a deeper level 24/7 because this is going on, right? Kind of like machine learning. Machine learning is it's pretty much developing itself, or the machines are learning through themselves, through everything, 24/7, right? And through that, the intelligence is ever expanding and it's accelerating. Um, so human intelligence is doing the exact same thing. If machine learning is some type of expression of us, right? So we're also doing the same thing. We're also within that process of self-learning and teaching, and you can become aware of it. And when you do become aware of it, um, the more connected you become with it, the more that you can understand exactly how your intuition is being developed, right? And why you want to know why how the intuition is being developed is because you can understand exactly what the intuition, your specific intuition, is capable of, right? So you know how to use it better than kind of just blindly using it. So you kind of got to get into a resonance with the universe, with yourself, most importantly, and you got to in that resonance clarify things, right, or bring a clarity, um, and within the clarity you're going to be able to understand the intuition. You're going to be able to access it, use it, and this is going to tremendously expand your capabilities, right? Your intuition is something to always be trusted because you got to trust yourself. um, if you don't trust yourself, it makes it very hard to flow, for one, right? And everything is flow. Flow is very necessary. Um, our flow is very important for all of us just to be living, and for our creativity to blossom. We need to be in the flow, right? So in order to flow, we need to trust ourselves. And using the intuition is something that can actually develop that trust as well. Um, so trust the intuition, use the intuition more often, learn how to make it stronger. Um, I'd say self educate yourself, or educate yourself, or observe more, right? Because in observation, you are learning, and you are also teaching through expression, right? You don't have to set any type of intention because it's already naturally there. Because this is something that is very natural to our being, or to our design, is that we're learning and teaching. So you don't really have to intent more, so you just gotta observe more often, or become aware, be more aware, um, become more conscious, and you're gonna begin to learn more, right? It's gonna accelerate itself, the process of learning. And then also teaching. This is natural in your expression because everything in nature is looking to you within your expression individually as a teacher. So you could be a teacher to somebody else, or some other creature, or even like the birds, or the trees. You can be a teacher to any other specimen out in nature, and you don't have to actually even know this, but you are also teaching everything else. And you don't have to actually intent the teaching, you're just expressing the teaching out naturally, right? And this is how nature is um, helping itself to blossom, right? Just as like we're helping the trees to sustain their life, and they're helping us. So we're in a cycle of interdependency, and within that cycle of interdependency and interconnectedness, there's a process of teaching and learning between the two organisms, right? So teaching and learning, something that is always going on. It's just that you don't have to be aware of it, or you can become aware of it if you want to. You can tune into the process, and you can accelerate it, like a circuit or a cycle, to amplify it, and bring in more resonance for more clarity, to be able to self-educate your more, for free. Doesn't need You don't need to pay for education ever, right? It comes from the universe, um, and it's all free. Okay. um, but you open the mind. You got to open the mind, and you got to access your intuition. Your intuition is a part of you, a deeper part of you, that knows quite a bit. It knows a lot more, and it understands a lot. It overstands a lot. Um, and is a deeper dimension of awareness within yourself that can be accessed and utilized for all of its capabilities to have you come into an intelligence that is far beyond the body and mind, right? This is the intuition. When you start using the intuition, you start understanding or knowing things um, that are beyond the body and mind, you know, and it's just you access the intuition through trust, right? You got to trust yourself um, in order to be able to use the intuition, right? You got to be in the flow to be able to use the intuition. Otherwise, it blocks it, right? Or in simpler terms, you got to kind of open the mind as well, right? Once you start opening the mind or the third eye chakra, you can also start using the intuition more often, right? Or maybe a deeper dimension of the intuition can be accessed when you start opening the pineal or the third eye and the pituitary. Okay. Once you start getting the energies flowing up to the higher chakras, then you can access the intuition more deeply, and the intuition becomes more expansive than what it may have been when you didn't have the higher chakras open, right? Because I want to say you can access the intuition without actually having the higher chakras opened um, completely, you know, um, because it's something that is it can pretty much be accessed very easily, right? Simply through flow, and you can dive deeper and deeper into it. And this is where you would want to pretty much raise the energy and open up the various different chakra points in order to be able to utilize them, right, for their capabilities and for their possibilities, to be able to deepen the experience of utilizing the intuition, right, which is a deeper dimension of your knowingness of self, right, a part of you that is always learning. So this deeper part of you that is always learning and also teaching, because it's part of our nature to be learning and teaching, is holding knowledge that you may not be able to access completely because you're not aware enough to access it. So you got to expand the awareness, and you expand the awareness through observing more, right? You got to observe more in order to expand your awareness. Once you start doing that, you can access the intuition. And once you access the intuition, knowledges that you didn't even know you had are just flowing in, right, from the cosmic downflux of energy.